Okay. Oh, we're live already. Okay. Yeah, hi, this is Steve. We were outside trying to make a live, and it was just way too noisy out there with the traffic. So, I have a guest here today with me, Patricia Bradshaw, and she is a novelist and a playwright. And,
maybe it'll work like that.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Yeah, that's Patricia. Yeah, I hope I can hear it.
Okay.
It just wants to be critical for some reason right now. So, okay, so anyway, we'll just go like this. Here's Patricia Bradshaw. She is a novelist and a playwright, and she has written a really interesting suspense novel, Introduction to Francis Stein, yeah. And I will let her talk about it, make sure they can see the picture.
Okay.
So you tell us how you got the idea for your book.
Well, I got the idea because I dated and never could find the right guy. And I was actually at a rehearsal for what we were doing, some, acting job here. And I was sitting outside and I was just thinking about my dating journey. And I thought, wow, I wish I could just take the best part of each one of the guys that I dated and create me a man. That's where Introduction of Francis Stein came from. That's where it came from. The desire to have the perfect man, and I know there's no perfect men or women in the world. However, it doesn't stop a girl from listening, right? Okay, so that was Frances, and she just went through what it took in order her to do it, create her that man.
Right, she was a mad scientist.
Yeah.
Like a brainy, but very, very attractive. That's the cover of the book.
So this book is actually a sci-fi thriller, horror, terror. It has so many genres in it. That to me is what's going to make it such a great movie.
Yeah.
Because initially this was supposed to be a movie. It started out as a play that was too large for the stage, and then, of course, I turned it into a movie, and then a book, so that the book could be turned into a movie. So that's the goal. That's what we're trying to do. Put it on the big screen.
Good. You have your coffee?
Oh, I finished my coffee.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she's a writer, so she already made the coffee. Yeah. So you have several characters. It could also be like a TV series, because you've got a number of different men. She's automatically attracted by these men.
Well, truly my goal is to do a movie, put it on the big screen for the book, and then hopefully we can take it to the TV as a series, because each one of Francis's relationships, it would be nice to delve into those relationships each season. So, like, there are 7 men in her life, and it would be good to have a series where every season you explore the relationship between Francis and one of the men.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the winner.
And
because you'll find out the backstory as to why. And the thing about it, every ending of the season would be the kill in the movie. And
this is like a mystery, kind of like a mystery sci-fi horror film almost. Like, it's pretty kind of scary. So just a disclaimer, probably more for maybe college age, it wouldn't necessarily be for children or young people to read.
No, the age is, I want to say 18 and up.
Okay, yeah.
They're,
But
this
it's
is not for
not,
children.
it's
And
a
then
very-
really, if you're not really mature at 18, you might not want to read it until you get to 21.
Yeah, it's almost like being R-rated or X-rated maybe.
Well, it's R-rated for sure.
Okay, maybe X, well,
I don't know about
depends
X
on how we
because,
film it, how we do it.
yeah. But then the other thing I want to say before we go any further, please don't try this. You can get the book, you can get the audio book is available, and you can get the book anywhere books are sold. However, as I said, it's fiction.
Right.
So please don't try it at home.
It's like a sci-fi horror fiction.
It'll land you in jail, for real.
She's like a very sexual woman too. It's very,
she
it's
is.
very attractive. This is the cover of the book. This is the tumbler I got. But yeah, it's very, just naturally attached men. Of course, as we know, men are instantly attracted to young, gorgeous women, and they sort of overlook a lot of things. Sometimes when they have that attraction, they don't look at their questions. Just Ninja Steel, whoever that is, saying hi to us. Hi. If you have any questions, put them in the chat box, and I can even answer them later after, we go later on my channel. Let's see here. Let's see where the skin. Those are just little, okay. I don't go live, and as you guys know, I normally do a lot of just taping, but occasionally I do go live, but it may be it may be a connection thing. No, I don't think so. Let's see. Okay. So anyway, so actually Patricia's also written some other plays. You want to tell us real quick about those, and then we'll get back to Francis, or do you want to talk a little more about Francis Stein? Let's do that. Whatever you want to do.
I haven't done any plays in a while.
Okay.
So the play that I asked you to read, that was like the last kind of large production that I did.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have my little dog with me. He kind of,
But, okay, so the plays that I've written, because, I believe in God, and I read my Bible, so a lot of the plays that I wrote, they came from scripture, but I made it where it was relatable today.
Yes. And that's why I had a question when I asked Patricia, because it's kind of like, something you might see on HBO Showtime, because it's a little pretty risque, to put it mildly, but it's, as a Christian, you don't like this type of thing, as a kind of difficult issue. Okay, so it's kind of like you were talking about, we have to deal with reality, because I know a lot of production companies have where they only do Christian films about, reenactment of the life of Jesus and everything, but when you're dealing with people, you're dealing with all kinds of people, and this is just in the world, these kind of people that get a little bit diminished. She's kind of diminished. Yeah, I may make, there she is. In a minute, I may clip it and I may make a video and upload it, because like I said, I'm not great at doing live in certain places. It's harder to do the live for some reason. So, but yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah, because, a lot of people think that, I don't know what people know about the Bible. I do know that there are life lessons in it. I do know that it tells you, the book of Proverbs especially tells you about people and their character and what to expect and when you see certain behaviors. So basically my plays, I have one that I think it was called 2 Men and 7 Women.
Yeah.
And I drew that from the book of Isaiah.
Yeah, I can't wait to read it. I just got that today.
And then I have some other plays. I have one that I have yet to put on. It's called Ezekiel 23, A Tale of Two Sisters. And it is such a good story because even though it was written, the scripture wrote it back in the day, today it fits because of the type of men and women that we see in the earth today. So one of these days, maybe I'll be able to put that on,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, but she came up with the idea just because basically back to that, there is no perfect man, and this woman is like she's a research scientist.
She's a research biologist, Francis is.
Okay.
And, okay, so when she started out to be the research biologist, which is something we're going to have to talk about later, she was this person that tried to help people,
Right.
With her research.
Okay.
Yeah, she wanted to help people with her research. And during her school years, when she was doing this DNA understanding and coming up with special things, she realized that she could make her a man by taking different things from him to build a woman. So that's where that idea came up with. But while she was doing that, she still always had a heart to help people that were sick. So, like the book, when you go into the book and you see the work that she does after everything falls apart, it helps one of the people, their sons, helps them walk again.
Okay.
So she has research that actually helps people, but she also found out that she could help herself, and that's what she did.
Yeah, she kind of just is in her own little world, right?
Oh yeah, because if you notice, she doesn't have girlfriends. You don't see any females.
Yeah.
Only female that comes around her is her mother. And then, she goes to work and there's a female there. And she has one best friend that died. So she,
But there's no mystery about that, or
yeah, but that's in the book.
Okay.
That's all in the book.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I don't say she doesn't have any friends, but once you read the book, you'll see.
Yeah, but her mother didn't see her mother a lot.
She met her mother at the end.
Okay, but
her mother left her at 1. Her mother left her. So,
that affects a woman, I think,
it
when
really
she doesn't
does.
have a mother. And then, what kind of relationship with her father?
Yeah, she and her father had a great relationship.
Okay.
Yeah, they had a great relationship. She was his only daughter.
Okay.
And, he treated her as such.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's, like I said, I've only listened to the audio book, but I want to read
well, the book is the audiobook.
Well, yeah, but I get more when I see it on the
paper. Yeah. Well, I would like to say this. In my first copies, there were typos.
Okay.
So I have recently had them to fix it, and I added the titles and a picture on my book. So you can, the audiobook is fixed if you want to order it.
Okay.
And you can go to my website of Introduction of Francis Stein.com.
Okay.
And you can introductionoffrancisstein.com.
That's the company.
Yeah, and then here's my card.
Oh yeah,
as well.
put your card on.
And if you can go to my website, which is, like I said, introductionoffrancisstein.com, you'll be able to view a few things and make a decision on whether or not you would like to explore Francis Stein, because she is truly entertaining. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Entertaining.
Yeah.
And so.
Just get your mind off. That's what a lot of entertainment is, just to get your mind off your life and kind of realize that we all think we have problems, but this woman has serious problems.
But it also, it makes you but it also makes you think. Because with regard to Francis, I know a lot of people might say, well, she went to church and she did all that. Yeah, but guess what? When they took her to church and everything that they showed her was religion. Nobody showed her a God relationship.
Okay, yeah.
And that is the difference, because
right.
they hurt her.
Right.
And they made her go to a place where if your God is going to hurt me like you hurt me and you always quoting scriptures, I don't want your God.
Yeah, she didn't have like a close relationship with God.
No, because she grew up, her daddy took her to church and everything. She did everything that they asked, but the very people that were always in church and always quoting scriptures were the ones that hurt her.
Oh, yes, and she wasn't like real close with people. She wasn't like real personable.
So when she did get close to them, she gave her whole heart.
But and then her body
and they killed
totally
and so doing her wrong was like killing her.
Exactly.
But she didn't die.
Right.
But she was revenge. She had revenge in her heart.
Yes, and I guess she, in my opinion, she kind of saw sex as love. She saw that.
Well, actually, she didn't ever see sex as love.
Okay, see, I wondered about that.
No, sex was something that she knew that the men wanted. They were willing to take it.
Okay.
They were willing to get it from other people while they were in a relationship with her.
Okay.
So she knew that it was important to the man.
Okay, I wondered about that. See, I was just trying to do my own little analysis.
That's okay.
But no, that's good. I'm glad. See, we have the author right here to explain. So if you have any questions about the book, but it's so she was doing it more as just to entice them. It
was luring. Okay, let's go to the relationship. Okay, like the very first, you get introduced to Jonathan first. That was 12 years old, high school, junior high, and that experience, and they became friends. And she's the kind of person that loves hard. And when I say love hard, that means, man, she's loving.
Yeah.
She's loving you. She'll do whatever to help you, whatever. And that's how she was. So when she walked into that locker room and saw what she saw going on with the person that everybody in the whole school knew that was her boyfriend, it broke her. It broke her so bad that she had to get away. But she had to graduate in the senior year, so she had to get away. That was her first love. That was her first heartbreak. When she went on to college, first guy she met there. Mm-hmm. And if you read the story, you see how he hurt her.
Yeah.
So it was just a process of all the men hurting her. Mm-hmm. And her mind was, she didn't know the scripture that says, vengeance is mine, the Lord. She didn't know that scripture.
Yeah.
So she took vengeance from herself. So that's what it is.
Well, it's very interesting. We don't want to give away too much.
No, I don't. That's why
okay. So, guys, but I just thought that was interesting, too. I actually met Patricia online at a Zoom meeting of the Texas MPA, Texas Motion Picture Association. And Texas is getting some more funding from Austin now for film incentives. So hopefully they'll be doing some more filming here.
Right.
So we can make more films here in Texas instead of having to travel to LA or New York or other places, which are all interesting. But I thought was so interesting that I might have mentioned this before on another video, but you're outside and in and all the stuff. And I was going to bring a tripod, but I do have one. We may make one on that too. But basically, she lives in the same cities I have: Austin, Dallas, Los Angeles, and Waco. But Patricia's from Waco, and I'm originally from Dallas too. So, but so I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah, that is, and I was so surprised to meet her, and you guys, in my mind, she's a star. Because she's played on TV and
little bitty roles.
But it doesn't matter. Yeah. How many of us have never played any role?
Well, I've been at it for 20 years, but I did a lot of extra work, low budget. I was actually a mom in different roles, small roles, and different things. You can see my MDG page. I talk about that a lot. It's fun to talk to somebody in the entertainment business here in Waco. We have people from here, like Ted Nugent and Steve Martin.
Yeah.
From here, and they have a theater here. that he's been to, I guess, but he just find out. I have to reach out to the theater.
About that.
And then I met a lady here in Starbucks one day when my internet was out. Her daughter's in theater. Here, a lot of very active in theater.
It's a live community up here because I don't know if you all know Stevie Walker Webb, but he was the theater producer person at the Jubilee Theater, and that's where I put on my plays at the Jubilee Theater. Mm-hmm.
Now, Patricia was up in New York too.
Well, no, I did Stevie Walker Webb.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to visit for Thanksgiving one year.
Okay.
But you know, we did plays together. I played in his plays. I was main lead in his play of History Visits Her Story.
We could have him on the channel too, but we'd have to. I'm trying to figure out.
Well, he's in Baltimore
now.
No,
we can do a Zoom stream.
And it would be. I will reach out to him. However, he is so busy. I haven't spoken to him.
We can do like a Zoom, a split screen Zoom. I've only done that with Angela Shelton, but she actually did it. She's a filmmaker, but her little film anyway. So she did it on her phone. She does that all the time. She does the split screen on the phone, but yeah, we were here. I was going to set up a tripod, but it's awfully windy out there. We might could still do that, but whatever. But
we're gonna build. We'll build. So
what's that?
We will build.
Yes,
so
we will build. Next time we will.
Tripod and
well, I have that in my car.
Hopefully she'll have more questions for me.
Yeah,
so
I know.
Yeah,
well, let's see. I would like to. So, if you want to talk about, have you always been interested in writing as a writer, or did you catch the writing bug later, or did you catch it earlier?
Okay. So before I was ever a writer, I'm a singer.
Okay.
So I wrote many of my own songs.
Okay.
Then, growing up as a kid, I wrote my first song at age 9.
Okay.
And then growing up and being at church, I wrote plays for church.
Okay.
And this ability, really my plays were all musical, so I would write some songs to it, teach the songs to the cast, whoever it is, and then,
And you've got stuff with the church, too.
A lot of, that's where I really started out.
Did a lot of musicals. Here in Waco, or?
Yeah, here in Waco.
Okay.
And now it's just, trying to get this book to a movie, that's the thing. I still sing, and when June is done with this, I'm going to actually let her hear one of the songs I've written.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's something when God has given you so much, and you have to use it.
Patricia's been an inspiration to me because I'm a little older than her. Let's not talk about age. And
it's not that many years.
No, I know for her it's not, but and also she looks so slim. She said she's lost weight loss.
I lost a lot of weight because I only eat once a day.
Yeah, and so I'm not. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it might be easier if I got the tripod. But that's okay. We can keep doing this. That was kind of my question when we talked about writing by, but you talked actually about too, but more than writing by church.
Well, I don't know, because I am not kidding. I grew up in a musical family. Okay. And then we all can add my children. It's like a natural. Hold on. Can I take this?
Okay. Okay, so, I gotta get my dog down. Tony, hold on a second, I'm just getting, Tony, come here.
No, I'm going to drive by and grab the paper.
Okay, Tony, come here, come up here now, come up here. I have my dog with me. This is sort of the most informal live that you've probably ever seen in your life, maybe, I don't know. behaving himself. So, okay, we got Tony. Oh, I know, I could have done my little commercial for, I wanted to do a quick little commercial for Angela. She developed this little product. Let's see here, just real quick, this will take us just a second. Oh, sure, absolutely. Let me get this. Where is it? So, this is really, smells great, and it's got all kinds of healthy, it's like a perfume, but it's a health product too. It's got all kinds of healthy things in it. It's in her Hot Mom box, and even if you don't have children or grandchildren, you could be a hot mom of a dog and a cat. So, but that's coming up. One of these days I'll have Angela Shelton on here, but she's coming through Waco around late October, November, somewhere in there. We're not sure, somewhere in there on her tour. So, but anyway, that's all. I just wanted to tell you that. And this is the little tumbler that Patricia Bradshaw, she is here. I'm going to talk to somebody in a minute here at Starbucks. But this is her tumbler that she gave me. The Introduction of Francis Stein. So, anyway, but does anybody out there have any questions you want me to ask her? Or maybe you're not on your lunch break right now. But she's a playwright and a novelist, but in the process of turning this into a screenplay, and I'm planning to help her some with it. I'm a writer too. I'm more of an actress, but I've been a news reporter and all that. But I've started some sitcom pilots and a few little drama things of my own, but I haven't finished any of them. But Patricia to do it. She's finishing her project, and I think it's smart too when you write a story. It's really smart to go ahead and do the novel first, and then do the novel first, and then write the screenplay. That way, they know it's your story. You don't have to worry about any copycat students or anything like that. So, but once you write your own play or novel, then people know that it's yours, and you're the one that's yours. Your story, nobody can really take it from you. Yeah, I was just telling everybody about how you were so smart to write it as a play and a novel first before you do your screenplay. That way you don't have to worry about Hollywood trying to take it or something.
They actually, when we pitched it they weren't looking for that. They were looking for a TV series, not a movie. But like I said, once I get the movie up, it's going to be a series.
Yeah.
Simply because it's like the natural progression of things.
Right.
You know?
And also, but you're just having Winston Groves having lived out there, you're smart to write it as a novel or play first, because if you start pitching your treatment ideas around, somebody could try to grab it and turn the story around. But see, this way, it's already your story.
Well, actually, what I did
was
I copywrote everything Francis Stein.
Well, sure.
And then we did a treatment.
Well, sure.
And
sure.
because of that, I didn't want anyone
exactly. Well,
to
yeah, you need to do that too. But even then, it's like nobody can do a spin-off or whatever, because it's totally your story.
It is.
And
I've had people calling me trying to buy the title.
Oh my goodness.
The title, so they can make. I'm not selling anything because we're doing what I want to.
What's interesting too, you think it's like Frankenstein. Is that what you thought of?
Well,
no, you thought of
it was a play on Frankenstein because he was creating a man.
Right.
But for her, she was creating a man, but it wasn't like Frankenstein.
No, I know, but I mean the play on words.
Yeah, play on words.
So you
That's
saw
what I
that?
did.
You see, you're very clever. Who novel is? I'm going to have to listen to it again because I think I was telling everybody else. This is my opinion from my insurance, trying to do everything, but you know, I was kind of tired, but I listened to the audiobook. But I want to listen to it again, and then also read the actual play and the actual printed version of the book too. But her book has got so many different complex things in it. There's a lot of the backstory in it, a lot of like underlying themes, like what these different characters and their personalities.
And I think mental health is big in here,
Yeah.
even though it's not addressed. But you gotta know that.
You know, that is very good. That's why we need to be careful. And anybody out there that feels like they've gone off the deep end, they've gone goofy, and you know, they need to go get some help. Get some help from your church, go to a professional counselor, someone in the medical field, or somebody, because this woman is just real brainy. Some, crazy, brainy characters, and some of these people that are real brainy like that, and successful, like you said, in the real world, she appears so perfect, perfect looking, so successful. She has the money, the prestige, the
has it all. She just doesn't have a man.
Yeah, she's like the cover of Cosmopolitan, like somebody you see on the cover of a magazine, and yet if you found out more about the character, underlying is so scary. It's not somebody you necessarily want to go out to happy hour with, and be careful out there.
Well, you know what?
Don't get overly worried about people.
But Frances doesn't go to happy hour. She doesn't like people that much to expose herself to a whole lot of them.
Yeah, and she doesn't have to. I mean, she doesn't have to. She's got men falling over her all the time.
That's fair.
So,
I'm going to tell you something funny, and then we're going to have to, I got to go to
wrap it up. Yeah, we can do another day,
But something funny happened. It's like when I first did my book, and I posted it on Instagram, and I posted the cover of my book as my cover on my Facebook, and some guy reached out and says, "You're gorgeous. Please let me get to know you." And I laughed, and I sent back a message that says, "This is my book cover character. This is not me."
But you're real cute.
Well, I mean, but he
this
wanted
woman
her.
Is she's like a beauty queen. She looks like Miss America or Miss USA.
She's a pretty girl.
Yeah.
She's of mixed breed. She's part Italian, part black, and part Jewish.
What a combination.
Oh, yeah.
This is like, this movie is,
we're going to figure that thing. This movie is going to be
It has everything in it. It's got sex, violence.
Yes. Sci-fi,
mystery,
romance, a little romance.
A lot of romance, insanity, like kind of like in that movie, The Joker. If you saw that, he was really off the deep end. His mother was
But he looked like it. But he looked like he was off the deep end.
I know.
Frances looks like.
Good point. And she's so cold and calculating, too.
Yeah.
She seems like the perfect businesswoman. Like she could be on the cover of any Success magazine, like a business
like a
magazine.
well put together person.
Yeah, like like a corporate magazine would have her on the cover, or like on Cosmo or one of the fashion magazines. I mean, she's like somebody you least expect.
Right.
And so, I think that's an interesting commentary too about life and how we idolize so many people at the top, like the elite.
And the truth is, you really can't judge a book by its cover.
Exactly.
That's basically
And you know what? We do have the celebrity culture, or the culture of like idolizing people, like putting them on pedestals. I've done it, myself. Like living out in Hollywood, I saw at one time I actually did see Brad Pitt as but I couldn't say anything. I got so scared. But he was ordering a salad with one of his daughters. But I saw him speak with Tarantino and DiCaprio at the SAG-AFTRA for the one time in Hollywood. And all these people afterwards ran up. I couldn't get in line to meet him. But I saw him at a school one time. He came in to pick up the homework for one of the kids. But it's like, we put these people on a pedestal, and sometimes like I'm not afraid of anybody. I'll talk, I'm very friendly. But if I see a tall person like that, I did meet Mark Russell, but he had the same acting. But I was not as, like, he was very personable, very down to earth. But yeah, when I see people like that, we put them on the pedestal. But see, Francis Stein, back to her, she looks like somebody that she could become like a movie star type. She's very glamorous, very intelligent, very, like, and somebody would totally pull on her. She almost looks like somebody on one of those.
See, that's the whole problem.
Okay, so I'm different from you in that I can see whoever, the president, whoever, and I don't feel nothing but that's another human being that puts their pants on just like I do.
I like that.
And they have a job, they have to go to, they have to make money, pay their bills, all the same. I don't put people up on pedestals because you can't.
The only person that can be on the pedestal is God. And
well,
so
that's
that's how I take it.
Well,
my kids, when I lived in LA, oh mama, we saw, and God never allowed me to see anybody because I wasn't going to be.
And when we go, my husband, he likes to go to concerts. Oh, he gets excited. I don't. I mean, I enjoy the music or whatever, but it's not that they're any better than me. Or I put them higher than, esteem them higher than myself, simply because I know me, I don't know you. I know what you show me on screen, but that's a different person.
Exactly.
And so, when who are you for real? So if I had to interact with a star or something like to me, you're a star.
Well, thank
and I feel so comfortable that I could interact with you.
I'm very.
No, honey, I looked you up and I saw, and I looked at some of your stuff, and when I read that you, okay, but it's gonna come. Because if we can write this screenplay, and my people can pitch it, that's going to bless you and me for the rest of the time. That's my goal. You know how you can go and try to meet people who's already got it or done it or whatever, and then they try to make you feel a little less than because you haven't. I don't feel that from you. And basically, I'm going to tell the truth, because if it was a person like that, I wouldn't be sitting here.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. No, I've just never made the big time or anything. But, to me, it's about the journey and having fun. Now, I will tell you this. Ever since I no longer like that about celebrities, let me tell you a funny story. Why? Because after seeing all them and getting so frustrated, and then, of course, meeting my Buffalo, he's very down to earth and stuff. And a few other people like Effie, her auntie was like, he actually directed Jane Fonda and Henry Fonda and in the movie of Heaven Had Burned, on Golden Pond, and her son was the boy that was Sister Dale. So they were down to earth and nice people. I met a lot of people like that. But what happened was, after the bad thing, I started responding to all these. I didn't know at first that they were celebrity imposters. So I heard from almost 100 of them. Hi, how are you? On Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, all those things. So that in and of itself actually cured me.
Did
it? Yes, I'm no longer. Yeah, because after that it's like, oh my God. And then I sort of just put it all into play, like in my mind, like I no longer think I put celebrities on a thing.
And that's good. Because, they're not, it is not offering you anything, and it's not doing any, benefiting you anything, and it's okay to admire people.
Well, also,
and what they can
I'm
do.
older, I mean, I'm older than you, but I'm saying that I'm too old to have that be like that. And like I said, when I caught the Actors Buzz in 2003, a long time ago, and I was in the news business. I was on a small level. I've done everything on a small level.
Well, one thing I can say about you is you're a nice person, and you need to quit talking down your accomplishments. Your accomplishments are great simply because there are people out there who are still trying to accomplish what you've already accomplished. You think it's minimal. I think it's maximum. Why? Because it's what you did.
Well, thank you.
It's what you've accomplished. Even in the people that you know.
Right.
So just don't talk down
your
Yes.
accomplishments, because
Well-
you have accomplished things that people are trying to accomplish.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
Okay.
that. Yeah, and it's really, and I try not to harp on, like on my channel, I talk about, I did some research, starting on the news, there's exactly 1.7 million actors on the planet, but I'm in the 150,000 that are in SAG-AFTRA.
Hey,
Screen
that's
Actors Guild,
okay.
American Federation of
That's
Television.
okay.
And it took me 10 years to get into that. But what you can do with that is I tell people if they take classes, I always remind people, the first thing you need to do is go ahead and audition for your school play or even your student films in college even. And you can even go be in a student film, and even if you're 40, 50, 60 years old or older, be in a student film at the local university and be in plays, and then go from there, and then work on classes and getting some agents and everything. But no, but I'm just so thrilled, and like I said, we were going to this establishment here. I didn't want to bring in the big tripod and all this, so sorry it's so kind of like maybe, and it was so windy, and then the sun was so bright outside, we couldn't really see, and but next time I might set up my iPad on a tripod. So, but okay, so I guess we're going to go for now, and I'll be making some more videos about all this, and then meeting with Patricia again. Patricia has to go pretty soon.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye, and it's good to be a part of this. Get
Yeah,
your book.
yeah,
Get
go
your
get
audio copy.
Yeah, be sure and get your book.